Hi, this is Chris West from the Vermont Home Builders and Remodelers Association with a quick tutorial on the program GatherTown, which is what we'll be using to have our annual meeting in 2021, which will be Thursday evening, January 28th, starting at 5:30, running to about 8:30. GatherTown is an interactive program that is based on your web browser. It'll be running in a tab on your web browser, and it's a 2D interface which allows for us to have a much more nuanced interaction than we would just using a Zoom call. It's not just one big room where everyone can talk. It's a large room with certain areas, interactive objects, and other types of things, and we'll walk you through that. I just wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to see how to get in and how to move around. So let's start. So here we have a document you'll be getting. This document has a link to get into GatherTown, and if you click on that link, you'll be brought to the GatherTown opening. When you first get to the GatherTown opening, you'll have a screen like this. The screen will say, "What's your name?" I'm going to put your name in, and then it'll say whether or not your camera, microphone, and speakers are working. You can also test your different things over here if you want to. There have been some people who have been saying they're having troubles. This icon up here sometimes needs to be given allowance. So you need to, if for some reason you're unable to get your camera, microphone, or speakers to work, you have to click on this little icon, and it'll tell you that you can give it permission to use your camera, your microphone, and your speaker. Then we click Join the Gathering. When we get into the gathering, the first thing you'll see is the welcome desk. The welcome desk has the agenda on it, but you also notice some other objects in the room. There's no way to leave this room, so you can't possibly get lost, although I'm sure some of you will try. You also have the opportunity to follow a quick tutorial, the Welcome to Gather tutorial. We move around in GatherTown with our arrows, the up, down, left, and right arrows, or the A, D, W, S keys, A and D being left and right, W and S being up and down. So the first thing it's going to ask you is to move around. So if you move up, that'll get rid of it. And next it's saying you can personalize your avatar. You do that by clicking on your little avatar here in the bottom bar, where I can change my character, and I can change the various bits about my character. You can also change the shirt the character is wearing and the hair. I believe there are quite a few options. I don't normally wear glasses, or I do that one, and I never dye the front locks of my hair green. However, there we go. I'll use that one, and I'll be the let me see if there's a green one. I look black. There we go. So that's my avatar, and my avatar now looks like that. We will now move again, and we will go down, and we can press the settings bar here, right? And we can also change our status. If we click on our name down here in this bottom bar, you can change your status with a text status, like having a great time, glad to be here. You can also change your actual status here. There are 3 settings. You have the available, video and audio are always on, even when they're tabbed away. So you go to another tab in your browser. The work mode, which is that it's on if you're in the tab, but if you move to another tab, it turns off, and the other is if everything's off. Right now I'm leaving it on. This is also where you have a map. The mini map is a display that shows the room you're in. This is not so helpful for this particular room because I only have one room. If there were more rooms, that would be more function. You can share your screen, and you can raise a hand. We'll be using the raise hand function when we do the voting during the annual meeting. So the way GatherTown works is that there's a radius around you of a number of squares, and the number of squares determines what you are able to interact with. You usually within 5 squares of another person. You can see their avatar. If their avatar is too far away from you to be to be listened to, as it were, then their icon, the avatar, is kind of faded out, kind of like a ghost. But if you're close enough, then the avatar becomes full color, and you start seeing their screen will pop up as if you're actually in distance to talk to them. This happens with as many people. If you have a bunch of people, we're standing in a very tight group in GatherTown, they will all be able to see the other person's camera, what the camera is doing, the image that you're showing for like your Zoom meeting. It'll also allow you to hear them, and if you walk away, you won't hear them. There are other things. There are rooms, there are areas, there are tables. I'll show you a table right now. But before we go there, I just want to show you on the desk there is a I'm ready. There is an agenda. If you walk up to this agenda, you notice that down here there is there's nothing there right now, but as I move towards it, you see it says press X for the note. The note is right there, and as I get closer to the agenda gets highlighted, and if I press X for the agenda, then the evening's agenda will pop up, and you can look at that and come back here at any time and look at that. You can also close that, and anytime you walk towards, like there's a president-elect video, if I get close, you can see it gets highlighted, and then a video down here starts. If I click on the video, it'll get bigger, and then we can watch Dennis talk.
Hey everyone, this is Dennis Borbel, the incoming president for the 2021 VBRA here.
And then we can close it again and move on. So there are a number of these interactive things. Right behind we have the list of the door prizes. If you want to know what the door prizes are, you can play this quick little video. And let me turn that off. And the video is just not anything interesting. It just shows the gift baskets and the other things that are door prizes for this year. So if you're in the door, you are eligible for the drawing that will be giving these great prizes away. We also have a raffle. We have 2 great prizes that we're raffling. If you want to know about the raffle, you can walk over to, these are called poster boards in GatherTown. You walk over to a poster board, and when you get close to it, the poster board has something that this is what's called the low res, and if you double click on the if you press X to interact, you get the big version. So this is the door prizes, and the raffle prizes are wait, we'll have to figure that out. This is the wrong document. I'll get that fixed. There are 2 door prizes. One is a spa stay at the Essex resorts, and the other is a beautiful Adirondack chair, maple leaf Adirondack chair. If you haven't bought a raffle ticket for those, then you can walk right over here next to this, and when you get there, it says in the bottom here, there's another interaction thing. Press X to buy a raffle ticket. If I press X, that'll bring you to the store, and on the store, you see here the 1-night stay in Essex, at the Essex Spa. That's with breakfast and dinner, something a great deal. And the Northern Words Construction Contracting Custom Chair. So these are the 2 raffle items. There's also the t-shirts, but we have a separate way of getting to those. So I'm going to go back into the GatherTown. If you leave, it'll ask you to rejoin, and I'm rejoining right where I left. Here's the t-shirt sales. So we are, for the first time, we have actual merchandise. This is a t-shirt. This is the brand new logo. We're launching that during this annual meeting. And this is the t-shirt that we have bought. We have a number of these t-shirts in various sizes, from extra, extra large all the way down to small. They're $25 for non-members and $20 for members. The association doesn't make a lot of money, but the whole idea is to get that out there. Now, the t-shirts are the first piece of merchandise. It's the only thing we could get ready for the annual dinner, but we've got mugs and caps and Arctic fleeces and lots of fun stuff coming, so that we can get our beautiful new logo out there and let people know that we're members of the association. So that is, and anytime you're in one of these things, you can always press X to get out of it. We do have up here the committee sign up. If you wanted to, we're always looking for people, members of the association who want to help us run the association. This is 100% association membership run at this point. We have no employees. We're all volunteers, and if you think that you're interested in helping, we have a number of committees here: the Ambassador Committee, the Education Committee, Legislative Committee, Finance Committee, and you don't know what committee you want to be on, but you want to help, please sign up. We also have the ability to join the Models Council, which is not a committee. You actually have to pay $85 a year to be a member, but that's a great part of the association and one of the most active parts up until this time. So let's walk on up to one of these poster boards, and you see we get a teaser of what that's going to tell us. But if we actually hit X, then we get the whole thing, and that tells us all of the information we need to know about the committee and how you can help. This is the Legislative Committee. It's a little fuzzy. I apologize for that, but it is still very legible. And you can then, if you're interested in signing up, right next to each of these is a table. That's a sign-up table. If you click on the X, it'll bring up a sign-in sheet, and you can sign up for that, and we'll be in touch with you. The person chairing that committee will be in touch with you about when meetings will happen. We also have areas down here, like these little tables in the lounge. If you're standing in one of these tables, it's a private space. You even saw that it said you've now entered a private space down here. Only people on that square can hear the other people on that square. Nobody right next to it can hear it. Anyone in one of those confined spaces, with one caveat. If you're standing on this green spot up here, you're talking to everyone in the room. Okay? So this is the annual meeting space. This is where we'll be gathering at 6 o'clock or so to start our annual meeting. And when we're sitting here, when we have a motion in front of the assembled crowd, like we're moving to accept Dennis Borbo as the new president for the 2021 annual year, we then will be going down when the question is posed and raising our hand. And you can see that over here in the list of people. I've raised my hand. We'll just count the number of people and see if the request is passed or not. So that is GatherTown. GatherTown is a lot of fun. We'll be using these for educational opportunities. At the end of the meeting, after we're done with the actual business, we're going to be having a Jeopardy. Jeopardy will be happening down here. We also have our sponsors row. This is where you can look at some of our three major sponsors for the association at this time. Hopefully this will be growing. And then a little self-aggrandizement. Here's an episode of House Calls Vermont, which is a program that Jim Bradley, the outgoing president, and myself, a former president of the association, have every weekend Saturdays from 12:30 to 1:30. It's a building science show, DIY, where we talk to people about their projects and how best to do them to make sure that what they build is going to be healthy, durable, safe, and in good shape in 100 years. And if you haven't seen any of those episodes, you can check that out. Not like we're going to sit here and watch the whole video, but we want to let you know what's going on in the association. So if you have any questions, if you run into a problem, we're going to be having a Zoom room where you can contact us and we can walk you through the possible issues you have. So we're having a half-hour start time before in order to get ourselves used to GatherTown and to mingle with our friends. Remember, if you see somebody's avatar somewhere else in the room and they're grayed out, they're not fully colored, that means that you're not close enough for them to see you or to speak to them. But you can go over here to this icon down here, and you can find them and even send chats to them, to everyone nearby, to the whole room, or to individual people. Right now, I'm the only person in the room, so there's only one person on the list. But obviously, during the meeting, there will be 20 or 30 people on this list, and you can chat to people or you can follow them. If you had a person that you wanted to make sure you were with the whole time, you can click follow and you will follow them. You can also locate them on the map and get a little track to follow. So just learning the program is going to be a lot of fun, and we're hoping to use this platform in the future for educational opportunities and for virtual mixers and things of that sort. So I hope you enjoyed and have a great annual meeting, no dinner this time. Thank you.